The story of Abdurrahman bin Auf, the generous companion promised paradise. Abdurrahman bin Auf, may Allah be pleased with him, was one of the wealthiest and most generous companions of Prophet Muhammad. He was among the 10 companions promised paradise, al-Ashra al-Mubashara. Despite his immense wealth, he remained humble and used his riches to support Islam. Accepting Islam in the early days, Abdurrahman bin Auf was one of the first people to accept Islam. He converted through the invitation of Abu Bakr as Siddiq and faced many trials because of his faith. In Mecca, the Quraysh persecuted and oppressed the early Muslims, including Abdurrahman. However, he remained steadfast. When Prophet Muhammad commanded the Muslims to migrate to Medina, Abdurrahman left all his wealth behind in Mecca and arrived in Medina with nothing. Brotherhood with Sa'd bin Rabi. Upon arriving in Medina, the Prophet paired Abdurrahman with Sa'd bin Rabi, a wealthy companion from the Ansar. Sa'd generously offered him half of his wealth and even said he was willing to divorce one of his wives so that Abdurrahman could marry her. However, Abdurrahman politely declined, saying, "May Allah bless your wealth and your family. Just show me the way to the market." With his sharp business skills, Abdurrahman quickly started a small trade in the Medina marketplace. In a short time, he became a successful merchant and one of the richest men in Medina, a wealthy but generous merchant. Despite his vast fortune, Abdurrahman never neglected his responsibilities to Allah. He consistently used his wealth to help the Muslim community. Some examples of his generosity: funding the army, he donated 500 horses for jihad in the path of Allah, donating 40,000 dinars. When the Prophet asked for contributions for war, he gave 40,000 gold dinars from his wealth, supporting the poor and widows. He regularly provided food and clothing for the needy in Medina, donating 700 loaded camels. When his trade caravan arrived, he gave away everything in charity to the Muslims. The Prophet once said about him, "Abdurrahman bin Auf will enter paradise crawling because of his immense wealth." Hearing this, Abdurrahman increased his charitable giving, fearing that his wealth might delay his entrance into paradise. The simplicity of Abdurrahman bin Auf. Despite his great wealth, Abdurrahman lived a humble life. One day, he prepared food for his companions, but before eating, he started crying. When asked why, he said, "Mus'ab bin Umair was better than me, yet he died with nothing. Hamza bin Abdul Muttalib was also better than me, but he died in poverty. I fear that Allah has given me too much of this world and has reduced my reward in the hereafter."